Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla and for today's video we're going to talk about millionaire habits. So this video is purely for entertainment purposes, purely for just fun. Honestly, I kind of wanted a video to break up all of the this is my money videos and just put something out there that I can have a little bit more fun with. I got this idea from a blog post actually, and it came from one of my favorite finance blogs, budgetsaresexy.com. I've been reading this blog for years. The owner of this blog is J Money, but I think for a couple of years, Joel from 5am Joel, who I'm also a huge fan of, he was writing for this. So this was an article that he wrote, but since then, J Money has taken the blog back over. So yeah, just check out the blog in general. There's so many articles you can read from the past, I want to say 10 years, more than that, maybe 12, 14 years. I don't know. I think he started this blog before 2010, so that's insane. But back in February, Joel put up an article titled 10 Millionaire Spending Habits. How do you compare? So I was reading through these and he had gone through and compared himself to those habits and what he does in his life. And I thought it would be fun to do that as well. And then you can see how you compare as well. Again, as I said, this is just for fun. None of these actually mean that you are going to be a millionaire, or if you don't do these things, it doesn't mean you're not going to be a millionaire, you know? So these are just some habits that I guess they did from a study. So I will link this blog post down below, but that's where I'm going with this. So habit number 1, 88% of millionaires read 30 minutes or more every day. Before I give my answer, before I say what I do, he goes on to give more of a breakdown on this 30 minutes of reading per day. And at the end of that list, it says only 11% read for purely entertainment purposes. I would say that for probably the first 6 years of my 20s, I only read nonfiction, personal development, business, money, something along those lines. I didn't feel any sort of attachment to fiction reading, and I only read personal development books, and I got really into that. I've always been into personal development, and it's just, I felt like I could learn so much, continue to learn so much, until I couldn't. Until I didn't feel that way anymore. And then I think it was during the pandemic maybe? I don't know. I know I had picked up a book, a fiction book, and started reading it, and since then I haven't slowed down on reading the fiction book. So far this year, I think I've read 13 fiction books, and I am just completely obsessed. So for me, at this point in my life, I am purely reading for entertainment, and I do have some nonfiction books that I want to read. I purchased some earlier this year. So I definitely do read 30 minutes or more every day, but it is fiction. But I have read tons of nonfiction books. Habit number 2, most millionaires, 67%, watch less than 1 hour of TV daily. And then he goes on to say that 63% of wealthy people spend less than 1 hour daily surfing the internet. I'm going to say that I do not fit this habit. I do not watch TV or Netflix. Well, I don't have cable, but I only watch Netflix and Hulu and all that on the weekends. I can say that, and for me, it's just because I have a lot to do throughout the week. So if I were to, do my full-time job and work all of those hours, go to the gym, eat dinner, I only have an hour or two left over in my day before I need to go to bed. And I have videos to edit. I have just other things to do when it comes, I just have this rule for myself where I don't watch TV or Netflix or anything. However, I will say I do surf the internet throughout the day for definitely more than an hour. That may be during working time. That's also outside of working time. And then I also watch YouTube videos throughout the week. So I don't watch Netflix or anything, but I will watch somebody's YouTube videos while I'm eating and stuff like that. 86% of rich people like what they do for a living. No, I don't. I don't even like what I do for a living. It's fine. It's fine. I definitely appreciate my job. I'm grateful for it. It's been a learning experience. It's been fun. I've just never felt a huge liking or a huge love for any of my jobs. And, I had my first career for the last 4 years, and then I just started this new career path, and I can't say that I have liked either to where I feel satisfied with it. So my answer to that is no. I will say that I do enjoy making YouTube videos. I enjoy coaching. I would like to get back into blogging. That is something I really enjoyed in the past, but I just haven't had like, I don't know, just definitely a lot of writer's block for some time, but I think it's partly because I've just been so busy doing everything else. But yeah, definitely a no on that one. I love my side hustles, but we are working on making those a full-time thing. Habit number 4, 76% of millionaires exercise at least 4 days a week. That's an easy one for me. That's a check there. I know this isn't financial related, but it's very important. I've always thought about this, like your health should be your number one priority. Otherwise you can't have your finances in order. Like I've seen a lot of people who do really, really well in business, but then they sacrifice their health, and then they're like 40 something years old and, you know, in the hospital or like potentially even dying. And it's like, you have to take care of yourself. That should come first before the money, before the work, in my opinion. I work out 5 to 6 days a week, and then I'm pretty active even on the days that I'm not in the gym. I absolutely love going to the gym. It is like my place. It's my happy place. You can watch my vlogs. I talk about it all the time, and I, you know, document my journey with that, but it's such a great thing. I would argue that even before you start investing money, you should be investing in your health and in yourself first, which, you know, I will always believe that your health comes first over the money. So yeah. Okay, number 5, 67% of millionaires said they were frugal with their money. 30% of wealthy people clip coupons, 8% shop at thrift stores. I would say I'm fairly frugal to a certain extent. I do clip coupons. I still use all the apps. I use Fetch, I use Ibotta, Upside. All of those are linked down below, by the way, with my referral links if you're interested. Yeah, I'll always do that. I'm always trying to get a deal, and I don't like go out of my way necessarily. So for example, I don't clip coupons from the newspaper. I used to when I was younger. I like got into this whole thing about it, but that didn't really work out. It's just not worth it. You end up spending more money that you really didn't need to. But yeah, I don't go out of my way per se, but if there's a coupon available, definitely I will use it, and I will look for things for a little bit, but I won't, you know, let it consume too much of my time. I do shop at thrift stores here and there, but I will say that the bulk of my stuff is not from thrift stores. That's something I do want to get better at though, because just like it's better for the environment, it is better for your wallet, and yeah, it's kind of nice to have something that's already been loved and then repurpose it for yourself. Of course, it depends on what it is that you're purchasing, but that is something I would like to improve on as I go throughout my life. Habit number 6, most wealthy people, 55%, spend less than $6,000 on vacations each year. I do, but that's not by choice. I would be absolutely okay with spending over $6,000 on vacations. I would probably find a way to make that cheaper. Like they don't need to be, for me, I don't need to be in like a luxury resort. It depends on where you're going, of course, but I don't need anything super fancy. I've always opted for like the Airbnbs or, you know, using a Turo for car rentals and finding more affordable options at the places I want to go to. And if you watch my debt-free journey update video, you know that like over the last year, I've spent $2,000. Did I say that? I think yeah, $2,000 on travel. So I would definitely do a lot more if I was able to, with time and with money. Habit number 7, wealthy people do not buy lottery tickets. And it says 94% do not buy lottery tickets. I do not. I can't tell you the last time I played, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I remember there was a time that the Mega Millions probably were like way up. It was like record numbers. So I was like, I'll just buy a few, and obviously I didn't win that. But yeah, I don't play. Not the only time also is every Christmas my dad buys all of us, like my sister, my stepmom, and like other family. He buys all of us lottery tickets. It's just like the scratch off $20 ones. So that's the only other time. But that's a gift. And usually with that, none of us win, or like one person will get another ticket or $20. It's always really disappointing, but maybe one day we'll score big there. I'm not against it at all. It's just I prefer not to. It is gambling your money. Like, yeah, you could potentially win millions and millions of dollars, but you're probably not going to. And I understand that by me not playing at all, I don't even have the opportunity to do that. to even, like, I wouldn't have a chance at all. But I just don't really care for it. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I think it's fine if people want to buy it, but definitely it's not a good idea to be doing that all the time, in my opinion. Number 8, 81% of wealthy people use credit cards with reward options. Oh yeah, y'all know how I am with my credit cards. I love credit card hacking, if you want to call it that. I don't go too crazy because you have to be a little bit careful, and plus I don't spend too much money, or I don't spend enough money to like get those huge rewards. But you know that I like to shop with my credit cards. I purchase everything on my credit cards aside from the things I can't, like my rent, because I get cash back on all of it. I do not have any credit card debt. I do not have any revolving credit card debt. It gets paid off every single month. But on a monthly basis, I'm making over $50, $60, $70 from credit card cash back. So it's pretty incredible what you can do. That's just me spending the money that I need to. And obviously there are some unnecessary purchases in there too. But if you can handle your credit cards and you are responsible with your money, then I do think using reward credit cards are the best option. I love credit card points. I get so excited for like after the statement date passes and then I can cash them out. I love to see what I'm going to be getting every month. It's so exciting. Habit number 9, most millionaires buy used cars. So I've only been driving for what, 12 years now of my life. I guess that's a decent amount of time, but in that time, my very first car was a 1998 Toyota Camry that was gifted to me from my dad. After that, I did lease a car. So it was a brand new 2015 Toyota Camry Sport Edition. I started leasing that in 2015, and then after the 3 years, I ended up purchasing a used 2015 Toyota Camry. Not the same one because it was cheaper to get a new to me car, another car, the same thing, but a different color and not in my lease. It was cheaper to do that. I talk about my story in my, I don't know, it's in one of my car videos. I can link it down below, but I go into more detail in that. So I have purchased, I did get a new car at the beginning. I think at that time I was, in 2015, how old would I have been? 21, maybe? I don't know. But at that time it was a new car. I was leasing it. That was because that was what I could afford. I would say I needed a car because I was commuting a very long way to go to school almost every single day. And I no longer felt safe in my 1998 Camry. Like, it probably would have kept going, but I just didn't feel safe. It was, I can't remember how many miles, but 100,000 something. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to afford the amount that it cost to actually purchase that car. So we leased it and then I bought a used one. Going forward, I don't know if I'll always buy used, especially with the way the car market is. I know it's going to change, but going forward, I don't expect to buy a new car anytime soon. I'm going to use my Toyota Camry for as long as I can and take good care of it. But if I have enough money, which I have been saving every single month to purchase a new car sometime in the future, I would purchase a brand new car, but pay for it in cash. Habit number 10, 65% of millionaires have built 3 or more streams of income. Yes, so I would say I do, for sure. I have my full-time job, I have YouTube, I have blogging. With all of that comes affiliate links, sponsorships, referrals, passive income from investing. So it all kind of just adds up, and of course, I need to grow all of those a lot more. The main ones to focus on for me would be like my full-time job and then YouTube, because those are the two that I would really like to grow a lot more. But I do have at least 3 streams of income coming in, which I absolutely love. And I think it is important to have multiple streams of income, because if you lose one, at least you have some sort of cushion with the other 2 or 3 that you may have. It may not be enough for you to pay for everything, but at least it's there to, if you have your emergency funds, but then you're also earning a little bit from your side hustles or your other sources of income, then that's a great position to be in, and you can be safe until you find a replacement for your full-time job or whichever income you may have lost. But yeah, those are the 10 habits. I think it's pretty cool to look through all of those, and even just reading the stats. I love stats. I'm a huge sucker for any sort of financial statistics and reading through those. But feel free to comment down below where you fall on all 10 of these habits. I will put them in the first comment and in the description box. So you can just copy and paste them if you want to and put yes or no and explain whatever information you want to provide. But I would love to see where you stand within these habits. Again, this will be linked down below. You can read his article on it. I'll probably do my own blog post version of this. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.